Families that live in poverty are up against a lot of challenges, and Shoes and Clothes for Kids helps with a small portion of that. Merrick House is a Shoes and Clothes for Kids distribution site. When the families or the moms come to pick up their distributions, they're excited. We have everything set up according to size, and they're able to look through the items and choose the items that they would like.
Me being a single mom of 5 kids, it does wonders. I want my kids to go to school, feel ready. They got everything right in front of them. They're dressed nice, their clothes are clean, new shoes.
Sometimes I get dresses, coats. I love my coat that I have. I like the notebooks because I like to draw in them. It makes me feel good because it feels like I'm just one of the other girls.
They just come home smiling. When I pick them up from school, they're just smiling. It does something to them, brings their self-esteem up, and I really love it.
And the children are excited. Kids, they know what clothing is and they know what new clothes are. And then the mom, it's just kind of like a relief that they're like, okay, we're okay. An opportunity for a mother to say, this is taken care of, now let me deal with what's next. A helping hand, if you would. That's what Shoes and Clothes for Kids is.
My motto is, if I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living will not be in vain. So how do we, as individuals on a day-to-day basis, help people? Maury and Alan and the founders of Shoes and Clothes for Kids, what they did was they recognized a problem in our community. What Maury basically did was just say, how do I address this? What do I do? And he just started buying shoes and throwing them in his trunk of his car and going around and handing them out. We're thinking outside of the box. We're really thinking about what are some of these barriers to attendance, barriers to being successful in school, and how might we do some things to actually help that process. I get pretty passionate about this because I think we solve a lot of our community problems by each of us doing our part. And it may look like it's small, but collectively it builds a positive momentum and has impact.
As teachers, especially in an urban district, we're always buying things for our kids. And it's so empowering for students to have brand new materials. Shoes and Clothes for Kids affords teachers to come in twice a year and freely get those things for our students. I had one 8th grader. He actually was bringing his books in a Save-A-Lot bag. And I said, you know what, I have these 2 backpacks and I just don't know what to do with them. And he said, Miss Evans, can I have one? And I said, yeah. But when he came in the next day with the backpack, he walked a little straighter. You don't get to pick and choose your parents. You don't get to pick and choose where you grow up. You don't get to have that conversation with God. And so it's our responsibility to do what we can for all the students that we have. The community and people that give, please know that everyone is grateful, and that is your investment in our best resource, and that's our babies.
There's a commonality between the number of days scholars are absent and academic achievement. Nationally, chronic absenteeism is defined as that 18-day threshold. But we can't afford to wait 18 days because when our scholars miss 10 days for any reason, they score 12 points lower on standard reading tests, 15 points lower on standard math tests, and they're 34% less likely to graduate on time. We set out to empower our parents in partnership with Shoes and Clothes for Kids to reduce the number of days that our scholars are absent. When scholars have on-track attendance, they're prepared for workforce. They're college and career ready. The community should support Shoes and Clothes for Kids because it's a great investment. You're going to give $1 that's actually going to carry that child into their next stage of development. That scholar knows that someone cares about me.
We've seen such tremendous growth in the city of Cleveland, but I don't think a lot of people realize that there are still so many families and children in particular that are living in poverty. I actually had the opportunity to meet a woman. She's actually a nurse at the Cleveland Clinic, and I told her that I was involved with Shoes and Clothes for Kids, and she almost broke down in tears talking to me. She said, I was a young mom with 2 children, and I received clothes from Shoes and Clothes for Kids, and I don't know what I would do without you. I think the key to all of this is education. When we're giving them the opportunity to get to school with the proper attire, with the proper footwear, and with the school supplies that they need, that gives them the opportunity to succeed in the classroom and be successful beyond that.
Our mission is now about alleviating barriers to education. So everything we do is with the mission of helping kids get to school. This goes well beyond just an act of charity, if you will. If we do not educate this next generation of students, this city's never going to fulfill its economic potential. Our gift to the community is really this new direction that we're taking. It's not just a feel-good story anymore. It's a story that has concrete outcomes. When somebody gives us dollars, we can go back and say, this is how your dollars were spent and this is the impact it had. We're committed to collaboration and finding ways to work with other institutions, nonprofits, funders, because at the end of the day, it's all about getting product to the kids so they can get to school and learn.
Shoes and Clothes for Kids to us is one of the staple organizations in town. At their core, they're trying to serve kids, and they do that very, very well. They're an outstanding partner. They listen. They also are very focused on the child and the families that they serve. They've been a tremendous partner in this creation of the new program.
What we've undertaken in the last year or so is piloting a program where we're providing a week's worth of clothing for kids. In this package, they have everything they need to get to school. 3 school uniforms, a casual outfit, socks, underwear, a shoe gift card.
Sometimes clothing is a barrier to attending school. And because of this wonderful collaboration, we're seeing our scholars thrive, attendance improve.
Early indications show a tremendous increase in attendance, particularly in the middle school 6th to 8th grade range.
We're measuring their absenteeism prior to receiving the package and then after they receive the package. And the data has shown that we are having the impact that we intended to have.
We really believe that we're on to something, that we discovered something that works.
So this allows for the work they do to be measured in a very tangible, digestible manner. And I'm so excited to see what they are able to accomplish in the coming years.